Tampa Bay Lightning lose Game 2 of the regular season against the Vancouver Canucks 4-1. That sounds a lot worse than it really was. The Lightning actually started the game much stronger than they did in the home opener. Unlike the home opener, though, they didn't finish as strong as they finished in that game. Let's go ahead and talk about it, as there's a couple things to talk about. But overall, I would say special teams was probably the difference, and what I mean by that is the power play. We had plenty of opportunities to put the game away before the Canucks got back into it. Full credit to the goalie Nilsson, though. He did a great job, honestly. Like, for sure, stole the game away, kept the Lightning at bay at 1-0 until the Canucks got going, got into the game, got some momentum, and then eventually they would take the lead and win. But yeah, Nilsson had a great game. Just about 5 minutes into the game, Lightning on the power play. Point would get a shot. It would be blocked/saved, hard to see. That would come out to Hedman, who would shoot it. That would also get blocked. Kucherov picks it up, passes it back to Hedman. Back to Kucherov, shoots it up high on Nilsson. Great save, actually popped the mask strap. And, keep the Lightning at 0-0 right there. 13 minutes, 26 seconds in the first period. The Canucks would get their first real opportunity at net. Sergachev was just looking for a pass in the D zone. Kind of takes, he's looking for a pass, so I understand what he's doing, but loses it on his stick, and Goldovin on the Canucks would take the puck away and get a golden opportunity on net, but Vassy with a great pad save to keep the game at bay. 8 minutes, 23 seconds left in the first period. Cirelli would get a great chance. He actually did a pass shot, I like to call it. I guess probably anybody would call it that. And that means that you just shoot it in the path where the goalie would hit it off his blocker and put it in the path of your teammate. In this case, Joseph would be rushing forward and he would just not connect, and the Lightning still at 0-0. 6 minutes left in the first period. Lightning on the forecheck as the puck would squeak out to Hedman, who would get two great chances at goal. Nilsson still saying no, not opening anything up for the Lightning. It was one of those games where you were kind of wondering, okay, are we going to be able to break past this goalie? Because, sometimes goalies are just in the zone. With 3 minutes and 32 seconds left in the first period, Johnson, who was back in the lineup tonight, very excited about that. Johnson rushing forward, get a backhander shot, which would come over to Coburn, who does another backhanded shot, and that would bounce off of Nilsson right into the path of Braden Point. So much traffic in front of him, just able to bank it home. Not really a powerful shot, but an accurate shot, and that is all it requires as the Lightning go up 1-0, and you're like, yes, we finally got one by Nilsson. Certainly now we'll be able to score more, but it could have been probably 4-0 at this point. Nilsson really kept the Canucks in it, and I cannot stress you how much of an important factor that is to the final score this first period, because the Lightning were clearly dominant. It felt like we were in the Canucks zone almost the entirety of the time. So the Lightning would head in after the first period with a 1-0 lead, feeling pretty confident after a pretty dominant start, I'd say. And let's talk about the second period. Less than a minute into the second period, Gudbranson would take a hooking penalty on Cirelli, which would lead to a power play, obviously. 30 seconds into this power play, Kucherov would fish the puck out of a swarm of people, get it to Hedman, who would pass it over. Stamkos wide open. This is Stammer territory, unable to get the shot on target as he is moving back and he has to drop down to one knee to even get a shot off. So unfortunate, because that was looking back now after the game, that was such a great opportunity to really put the Lightning up 2-0. Maybe start putting the game to bed before the Canucks start, getting back into it. 16 minutes left in the 2-on-1 for the Canucks. Goldobin would get it over to Pettersson, who has been on fire since the start of the season for the Canucks. Vasilevsky would rob him. Vasilevsky just able to kick out the right pad and make the save on Pettersson. Still 1-0 Lightning in the second period. Literally on the next shift over, Palat would make a great pass to Stamkos on the goal line, feeds it over to Kucherov on the other side, who would hit the post. It wasn't like inner post, so it's not like, but still, he hit the post from a pretty impossible angle, so that was cool. Hedman with the boosters on, goes right past both of the Canucks defense, in on goal, gets hooked, and would get a pretty nice shot off, but it was saved by Nilsson. And that was pretty close to a penalty shot. It wasn't called a penalty shot, it was just given a regular hooking call. Lightning would not convert on the power play, unfortunately. Less than 20 seconds left in the second period. Paquette, just fighting for the puck, would win it back, would just be able to get a sliding puck in on net, and Nilsson with that save keeping the Lightning with a 1-0 lead heading into the third. When you're so dominant over a team, right, but you only get one by them, they will be sitting back there thinking to themselves, like, hey, yeah, we got dominated the first and second period, but we're only down by one. So, like, hey, we put it together a good third period here. We come out with all 2 points. Yeah, that's exactly what they did. Let's go ahead and talk about the third period. Okay, so with 11 minutes and 37 seconds left, Joseph and Stamkos would get a 2-on-1 opportunity. I'm okay that Joseph shot this shot. I think that with how many times the Lightning have passed instead of shooting, I think it was good that he shot. Nielsen had a great save to deny Joseph of his goal, but I am okay that he shot. Yes. Could he have passed it? Probably. Would it have scored? Maybe. But just in overall, I am happy that Joseph shot it. Okay, so 9 minutes left. The Canucks are getting some zone time now. They're getting some cycles going. And this would be so unfortunate. Just a harmless shot comes in, gets literally hit off of a body and goes in. I believe it was Pettersson who gets the goal. So Pouliot just shoots it from the point, and it hits off of Pettersson, and it would go in past Vassy as he is going this way, and the puck would just go the other way. Unfortunate for the Lightning. 1-1, and now it's game on, really. Just under 8 minutes left in the third period. Killorn would turn it over in the D zone. Brock Besser has a great shot, fires it, and it would score on Vassy. It was one that, yeah, I would like to see Vassy save, but it was also a shot that was like, hey, it's just above the pad in an awkward situation where the arm is, you have to react super fast to get to it, and it doesn't look like there's necessarily a screen, but there are 3 bodies coming together at once that are generally right in front of it, and the Canucks go up 2-1 against the run of play, against what everyone thought was going to happen after the first 2 periods, and Lightning are now down. The Lightning would pull their goalie with about 2 minutes something left, and the Canucks would deposit 2 empty netters. I'm not going to count those against the team. That just happens whenever you pull the goalie. It either goes your way or it doesn't, and it didn't. The first one, Kucherov just tried to make a blind pass, and it got read. It was a good read. Virtanen would read it, go up the ice, dunk it in. Lightning down 3-1. The Lightning would pull their goalie again, just, might as well risk it at this point. Marcus Granlund would score another empty netter. So the Lightning lose this game 4-1. Again, that's an ugly scoreline for a game that wasn't as ugly as that shows. I guess the difference would be the special teams, and I can already tell you that the Lightning have tweeted out that they were practicing on their power play. So I don't think that'll be a long-term issue. Actually, if anything, it's good that we have the struggles now so we get it together and we can start pushing forward. But overall, I would like to say that I think a player that stood out a lot to me today was Joseph. He showed a lot of speed early on and really had a solid game. So it'll be exciting to watch him as he goes forward. Either way, guys, that's going to be it for me because my camera is dead almost. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to leave a rating on this video and make sure to subscribe if you're new. I will see you guys in the next one.